Do you or a loved one suffer from video retardation?
So you grab your screwdriver here. So I got my valve cover here.
1 in 10 YouTubers suffer from video retardation. We need your help. Send money to Snowman's Garage so they can become less retarded when the camera is on. No, I'm just kidding. I just thought of a term, well, I had it in my last video, called video retardation. I've been looking at some of my videos recently, and I realize I say stuff that doesn't quite make sense. And like, I'll call a part something different, and like I know what it is, but when the camera's rolling, I get retarded, I guess. But we're working on my engine today. We're putting a big old thumper cam, not a thumper. It's not a chupacabra, but a tsunami cam. Make cargo fast. Make cargo. Cargo in races. Tsunami. So I changed my mind again. I know I told you I wasn't gonna put a cam in it. Then I wasn't gonna put a cam in it, and I was gonna use the stock intake. But you know, I changed my mind like I changed my underwear, like once a week. Just kidding. But I'm gonna get a different aluminum intake because there's just so much crap going on here. You know, this is cut off to throttle body. There's a bunch of other lines and stuff that are just cut on this, and I feel like, aluminum intake looks way better. I'm gonna get a Phytech intake since I'm gonna be running the Phytech wiring harness. They're like $440. So it's not terrible, but start by taking this intake off. It's an 8mm, some tiny little bolts here. Put that down in the plastic LS intake graveyard here where plastic intakes go to die. So this is called a cathedral port engine because you can see the ports are, oh, what is that? A little piece of a clip. Did I just break that? I don't know. But they're, where did that come from? I don't know. I just ripped that intake off. Nothing resisted though. Anyway, losing my train of thought. These are shaped like a cathedral and not just a rectangle. There's rectangle port and cathedral port. They look like a church cathedral. So that's important when it comes to ordering a cam and the right intake. So, because they're different, you know. Cathedral port intake is different than a rectangle port. So I cleaned this up a little bit. It's kind of hard when you got all that dirt and stuff around the port there, but I just want it to sit nice on there. And I mean, this engine was pretty dirty, but I guess that's what you get. I mean, 140,000 miles, but that's what we're all about on Snowman's Garage, you know. I mean, it's not like I can afford a new engine anyway, but it's about making the most of what you have. I mean, turning the most out of this pretty good engine. So, next thing, coil packs gotta come off, and then these valve covers. Just those 5 bolts. Put these someplace you remember them. I don't know if I can get to this one. Then, this one. This one's a little tricky, but to get that one with a wrench. Oh, geez. This one's tight. Off with that other one. Make sure to keep all my bolts and everything in the same spot. So I remember how to put it back. Then off of my valve cover. Oh, this is an 8. A lot of stuff on these engines are either a 8 or 10 millimeter, or a 13. Okay, one valve cover on. Grab a couple rags and set these on so they're not just sitting on the bare ground. Might toss these in the parts washer for a little bit. Definitely gotta get new gaskets too. Definitely gotta clean these up. These look kind of old and oily too. Okay, time to take these rockers off now. And okay, so you see these ones aren't compressing on the spring, and there's a little bit of wiggle, not too much. But like, I don't know if there really is any on this side. I think they're all about off the spring. But on this side you got a couple that are pushing down there on that spring. So I'm just gonna take all these ones loose that already are loose. And then I'm gonna rotate the engine and get these ones loose so the spring is up, and then I'm gonna take it off. I just use the ratchet on these so you don't strip them out. They don't take too much force. Then you get your bar here and you spin it at 180 degrees or until pressure is off those springs. Okay, looks like they're up now. Now I do the same thing and just pop these two loose. Did this out of order a little bit, but now I can take my my water pump off. On there. Oh, I didn't think it would fall so it'd be stuck a little bit, but nope. There we go. Man, these things are light. I did not expect this thing to be so light. Like the small block Chevy ones are way heavier than this. Now we gotta make sure we're on top dead center. So, I haven't really heard a lot of tricks on the LSs, but I know, like on the old small block Chevys, if you put your finger in the number one cylinder and spin it, it'll let out a little bit of air when it's at top dead center. Spin it in. Get on there straight. And I just did it, so I think we're at top dead center. So I kind of forgot to hit record there, but to take your harmonic balancer off, or this pulley, there's a bolt that goes in there, you know, like it was. I stuck a bar kind of in these notches here. It's a pain in the butt, but you have to make sure this doesn't spin so your engine doesn't spin. And if that's not spinning, then you can take that bolt out. Then you have to take this pulley here. And I took this longest rod and put it in there, and it's stuck in there. I had it on the vise. I can't get it out now. But you shove that in there, and you put, I can't really show you because this is stuck in here, and you put these little teeth on these 3 notches there, and stick a socket on the end and tighten it up, and it pulls this out. I mean, you guys know how to use a puller. It's just a little different, but yeah, I didn't even know I had one of these, but I think my dad just bought one for his engine, so this is cool that it does. So now I'm taking my timing cover off, then I gotta flip the engine upside down, and we can take the cam out. Take this dirty old timing cover off now. I might need a bar or something. Screwdriver or something. We got our hammer here, I mean screwdriver. Make sure I got all the bolts on. Alright. I don't want to grab such a small screwdriver. I just realized something. That these 2 bolts on the bottom of the oil pan hold this on too. That's why it's not coming out. These are coming on there too. Right? Yeah, I think it's just these 2. Jeez. Okay, yeah. There you go. I need to get a new gasket tomorrow. Now, before you take your cam out, a very important step that I almost forgot. I was going to use dowels. I've heard using, once you take this timing gear off, you can put dowels, wooden dowels in there to hold up your lifters. That works too. Or you can just spin the engine upside down so gravity works against it and your lifters don't fall down in there through the tray when you don't have your cam in. So, because I'm not pulling the heads and doing a lifter change. oil in here. I don't know if this is gonna catch any of it, but catch a little bit of it, I guess. Oh, that was this. I thought something just broke there, but no, we're good. Here. Okay. Now that we got our engine upside down, I'm gonna take these timing chain bolts. We're coming. Okay. And now what I'm gonna do is pull this out. And pull my gear out. I'm reusing my timing chain. I don't know if I should or not. Probably not, but I just didn't want to replace my oil pump too, so that might come back to bite me. Hopefully not, but okay. Now I got an extra water pump bolt here. And maybe I'll put a few of these timing chain bolts back in here. Just so I can get a grip on it. And this, I don't know, this is kind of a tricky deal here. I mean, you don't want to mess up your cam bearings, obviously, but you just got to be careful taking the old cam out, putting the new one in, and just I always have a hell of a time with it. But oh, yeah, duh. I forget there's this cam retainer plate here. Yeah. Totally forgot about that. Dumb moment there. I think that just falls off. If I can get it around these bolts here. Freaking this timing chain is in my way. So I'm just gonna take these back out. I'm not an expert by any means, and it's kind of late. I guess I'll blame it on that, but yeah. Not a big deal, but I just kind of forgot about that. And then pull that out, set that aside, put room on my table here. Then it'll definitely come out a lot easier. Like, why is it not coming out? That's why. I'm used to on these small block Chevys, you know, once you pull a timing chain, I mean, there's no cam retainer plate there, so. Shake it around a little bit. I'm gonna be messing with this for a while, but you just kind of fiddle with it a little bit till the old cam comes out. So I ran into a little bit of a problem here. I was working on this a couple nights ago and went to go pull my old cam out here, and as you can see, it's not hung up on a lobe or anything. I was twisting it and pulling on it just as you do with the cam, and as you can see, it only came out about that far. So I talked to a few people and saw some stuff on the internet. I have to be hung up on a lifter. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but not stuck in there. So I think a lifter, one of these ones back here is down. So what I got to do is I got to pull the heads and replace the lifters and the lifter trays. And I kind of probably should have been doing that anyway. I didn't originally plan on it, but one of the first things that goes bad in these engines is lifters. So it'll be good to have new lifters and lifter trays in there, but got to pop the heads, and yeah, that's the first step. So I'll start by taking these 4 bolts off on the top of the head here, which they needed to come off anyway. They're all covered in shit. So good cleaning, so it'll look better with clean heads on it anyway. I'm not too mad about it. I guess there's 5 here, I lied. 5 bolts. All right, now take these 5 bottom bolts out. I think it's 15 millimeter. Probably want to use a bar on these because I don't know if you want to be using the impact. If you don't strip these out, that'd be a bad deal. The engine's running away on me. Jesus Christ. These are tight. Oh, wow, cousin. Ugh. There, and then I'll use the impact just to get them out, but I usually crack them loose with the bar. Am I missing one? I might need to get a bar or something. Fucking engine stand. My pin doesn't go back in there, so now it freaking moves. I saw David Freiberger had a post on these engine stands too, and said they're junk. It's a Pittsburgh one. I mean, it's done pretty good so far, but it's slid out of the shaft here, so now I can't get. It's got a stupid little pin in there instead of like a lock bolt, you know. And now it's freaking moving on me. Now I don't even see the hole in here. It's kind of, I don't know what. There. Now it's in there. Sorry for the crash out, but this is like kind of a dumb design. I mean, I get if you want it to tilt a little bit, but you can just loosen up that nut if you want to do the same thing. It's just a chintzy little pin holding this in. I don't trust it, so. But I got it back in there now. So I just realized I forgot to show you guys this, but there's 5 bolts on the inside. Those are all 15 millimeter. 5 on the bottom that are 15 millimeter, and then 5 on the top that are 10 millimeter. And then it should just pop right off. Time to take some of these lifter trays out. Check out our lifters. So none of these old lifters in here want to come out. They're all stuck in there pretty good. So I hear if you just douse them in brake clean and get all that oil crap just cleaned up and just keep wiggling them with the neo-nose pliers, that works. So I'm just going to douse them all down with brake clean and just keep yanking on them and see if they come out. Yeah, this is freaking crazy. So I tried dousing them with brake clean, try to get that, oil buildup off there. I've been hammering on them with a needle nose pliers, and then I've even used some PB Blaster. And I mean, this stuff is great. I mean, as far as penetrating oil goes, and I've just been hammering on them for a while now with the pliers and stuff and a vice grip, and I can't get any of these out. They are so stuck. I just can't believe it. But I just doused them down again here with PB Blaster. I think I'm just going to let them sit for quite a few hours. I don't know. I know there's a tool out there that you put on there and you just hammer on them. It's on Amazon for like 25 bucks I saw, but I don't really want to buy that tool, but I might have to because these things are stuck like crazy. It's just wild. I don't know. Some of them move up and down just a little bit. Some of them not even at all. I mean, they're just stuck in there like crazy. So let them soak. Hammer on them again with not hammer on them, but try pulling on them with the pliers. And if they still don't come, maybe I'll have to buy that tool. Check this out. Something I just noticed. There's a piece of field cord in here. I don't know where the hell that came from. I think that was already in there. It couldn't have fell from anywhere, but yeah, that's weird. Why the heck was that in there? So it's been a couple hours now, and I still can't get any of these freaking lifters out, even after dousing them with PB Blaster. So I'm going to end up buying that lifter pull hammer tool. I saw it on the internet. It's just a pull hammer type deal, and it connects to the top of the lifter. Evidently, that gets them pretty good, but I got a couple weeks before my new lifters and lifter trays and valley cover get here anyway, so this will be the end of this video. Thanks for watching this episode of Snowman's Garage. I'll catch you next time.